Have you ever found yourself at the edge of life and you just have one chance to choose between life and death? And in conditions like these, what would you choose? Will you choose life or will you choose death? You see, we usually make decisions based on worth. For worth is something that we pay with our money, time, and even life. But when Jesus found himself at the edge of life at Gethsemane, he had to choose between me and his life. Us and his life. Now we got to ask ourselves a question. Am I really worth dying for? Are we really worth dying for? Will Jesus choose us over his life? Is it worth it? Matthew chapter 26 verse 39, where Jesus prayed a prayer to his Father just before he died. He was at the edge of life. He said, my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. If it is possible, let this cup pass from me. He was actually seeking for options. Is there another way to save their soul? Is there another way where I can save them and yet not being separated from you? Is there another way I can take all their sins and yet not die? 3 times Jesus said this prayer, and yet there was no answer. Why? Because there is no other way, and death is the only way. If Jesus has to save us, Jesus has to be separated from the Father through death. And guess what? Jesus took that option and he climbed up Mount Calvary. He climbed the cross for us. He took all the sins of the world upon himself that day. The weight of sin that he took was so crucial that he couldn't see the portal of the tomb any longer. He thought that he's going to die forever. And in anguish he cried to his Father, my God, why are you forsaking me? Please don't leave me, he was actually saying. And right at the moment, Satan came and tempted him. A priest shouted, come down from the cross and we would believe in you. That wasn't actually the priest. That was Satan whispering through the priest. Come down. You don't have to choose them over your life. They will keep on sinning. They will keep on hurting you. They are not worthy of the sacrifice. Jesus kept silent and never came down until it was finished. Because in our broken beauty, he chose us. For he knew with this sacrifice he could change the destiny from where we have been as sinners to where we could be as saints. That's the reason why he said, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant man who found a pearl of a great price. Went and sold everything just to buy that one pearl. Jesus found you. Jesus chose you over his everything. For to him, heaven would be hell without us. Are you really worth it? Yes, you are worth God's blood. Don't let your life vanish in vain. Prove today, my dear Christian, that Jesus did not make a mistake when he chose you. He calls you to live your life. He calls us to live our lives heavenward bound. He chose us. It's time that we choose him now.